Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, please subscribe. I'd really love that. If you're returning, how you doing? All summer long, we have been bombarded by garbage that has been sparking environmental disasters and propaganda and everything else, and our brain is like scrambled eggs right now, right? It's pretty obvious that this was a coordinated effort. Wildfires in Canada that were indeed caused by human activity, wildfires in California, now a tropical storm and then an earthquake, have gotten the same treatment. And who can forget the initial explanation for the Lahaina fire, which died down for a few days but is getting back into full swing? In the latter two cases, the fires were sparked by poor maintenance by power companies that have been laser focused on renewable generation rather than doing basic preventative maintenance with an assist from poor forest management. Wildfires are nothing new, and in fact, they're actually necessary part of the cycle of life in nature. They are a problem. They have to be managed because they present a danger to human nature, to our infrastructure, to everything. Not because they are somehow surprising and new. No. They do, however, present a great opportunity for propaganda, agenda. The propaganda has been leading to one place: the declaration of an emergency, but a certain type of emergency. And that certain type starts with the letter C. As we saw during Mr. 19, the declaration of an emergency allows the president to break all the rules. Going back to the time of the founders, it was understood that at times the energetic executive is a necessary evil. Sometimes big things must get done fast, which means circumventing the rules. Imagine waiting for Congress to pass a new law to empower a president to address a major earthquake or a volcano in the Pacific Northwest, etc., etc., etc. Conversely, nothing that is longer-term problem is an emergency. If the time scale is greater than a few weeks, then it should be a political issue, not merely an executive issue. To put this in context for you, mobilizing resources to help the residents of Maui is an emergency. Setting policies for dealing with wildfires is an issue that should be addressed using the normal processes of democratic government. Ironically, 46 has not treated the Maui disaster as an emergency. Oh, no. The government has done relatively little to address the crises that the residents are facing. The military, whose presence is enormous in Hawaii, has not been mobilized. The feds who have shown up are mostly bureaucrats, not crisis responders. And Mr. No Comment, he finally showed up this week after 2 vacations since the Maui fire for just a few hours. By now, we know that the death toll could easily hit 1,000, God bless you, or more. They are hiding the number, God bless you, of children who are likely perished, and yet this is not being treated as an emergency. If you believe the alarmist, which I do not, our entire energy infrastructure will have to be reworked to have any effect on the coming decades. It will take decades to do this. There is literally no action that we could take today that would change the trajectory of sea change in the near term. and without any international agreement, nothing the U.S. will make a dramatic difference on any timescale that could be measured in presidential terms. Even taking the word of the most hysterical alarmists, sea change is not an emergency by any definition. It is a long-term problem. If wildfires are rising in numbers, they will continue to do so on a decadal time scale. Decadal means decades long. If hurricanes are becoming more frequent and or more damaging, they will continue to do so. Nothing we do today will have any short-term impact. Sometimes or something can be a dire threat without being an emergency. Chronic problems are not emergencies. They must be addressed through management. The demand to declare an emergency is nothing more than demanding that we circumvent democratic processes because they don't like the results. It's like doing the same thing over and over and over again and getting the same results, but hoping for different results. But it's never going to happen because you're doing the same thing over and over again. You have to change things, but because you're not liking the results, they want an emergency because it empowers the president to ignore the rules. But you can't ignore the rules. If you have ever wondered why we live in a constant state of media panic, because the media, they are experts in causing panic. This is it. Not only does it go and goose the ratings, but all of those experts, oh dear Lord, they trot out who spends every waking minute, every waking hour, panic and fear-mongering, are shilling for the powers that be who are demanding more power and less accountability. But again, look at Hawaii. The reason so many people perished was the utter failure of the powers that be. The power company failed. The firefighters failed to contain the fire because the state government failed to release water. Kudos to their efforts, though, you know. The emergency management failed to warn the people. No sirens. They turned them off. The police and the state patrol boxed the residents in, not allowing them to escape. And now FEMA, the state and the entire federal government are botching this recovery. These are the people demanding yet more power. Gimme, 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 more, more, more. They can't even do the basics, and they want to manage the entire economy? No. An emergency would be nothing more than a license to plunder America. If wildfires are such a problem, address the problem, whether it is caused by sea change or not. Hawaii spends only a few $1 million a year on wildfire prevention and or fighting fires. It's only about $2 per resident. For almost 2 decades, people have been screaming for more resources, and nobody cared. Nobody listened. And now, we are being told that in order to address the problem, the government needs more control over the entire U.S. economy. How about spending $5 or $10 per resident on wildfires instead? It might actually save some lives. And you can bet that sometime in the next couple of years, 46 will declare an emergency because, well, he can, and he will. So get ready, because who knows what's next. All right, guys, I'm out of here. I'll see you in the next one, okay? You stay safe, you stay positive, you keep prepping, and as always, fear less, or at least try to. Ciao.